there's a lot of love there, but we just have to overcome some of these obstacles that we continue to have.
Today, we're going to be breaking down some of the top moments in reality TV in our new reality recap series. And we're going to be talking about what went down in 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After.
You were a sugar mama. And I told you this was going to happen, right?
And we're also going to be checking out some super fun clips.
I am very bad with money. I know that. But that's my happiness.
Yeah.
I'm so happy when I spend.
Today, we're joined by 90 Day Fiancé fan favorite Darcy. We followed Darcy's journey with her sister Stacy and now hopefully finding a happily ever after with her husband Georgie. Darcy, how are you feeling today? You're looking stunning.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here. Things are a little bit on the rocks, but okay, surviving through it. Obviously, Georgie and I have our, ups and downs as, every couple, but we're really trying to work on our love and communication style.
Mhm.
We've had a little bit of a bumpy road, and I hope we can, overcome that over time. I think there's some things that got triggered, especially after filming as well. Some things have happened in the past, that past couple months that I'm trying to regain some trust with him.
Mhm.
So we'll see what the future holds. So I'm hanging in tight.
Well,
I have
I'm
hope.
wish Yes, yes. I'm wishing you all the best. But first, we're going to be talking about the most recent episode of 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After. This season, we've been following Darcy and Georgie as they went on a trip to Bulgaria, where Darcy met Georgie's family. And now we're seeing the aftermath of that trip unfold. Darcy, you admitted this episode that when you had brought up the word divorce previously, it was
Mhm,
because you were triggered and upset.
mhm.
Can you walk me through what you were feeling in that moment as you apologized to Georgie?
Yeah, in that moment, I was very emotional.
Mhm,
It was like pulling teeth to get anything out of him, really. It's a lot of times I don't feel like he listens to me. I know he thinks I don't listen to him, but I really do. I really, put my heart out there. I'm getting emotional thinking about it because it's like reliving it all over again. Um, Nobody likes to hear the D word, divorce, but I
mhm,
just feel like at times he doesn't want to be married. I feel like there's things that he's not transparent about, and we're still working on those issues. So it's been difficult, but in that moment, I wanted to let him know I'm sorry for, the things that I've done to make him feel, upset or sad or uncomfortable, and not getting what he needs from me. I'm trying my best to fix that, and I think it starts within ourselves, and we both still need some inner work and some healing. I feel like there's a lot of love there, but we just have to overcome some of these obstacles that we continue to have.
Now, speaking of like overcoming obstacles and working together, a lot of fans they're speculating and potentially hoping that you could be on the next season of The Last Resort. If that's just like rumors I'm hearing online, would that be something you'd be interested in exploring perhaps in the future?
I definitely think going on last resort with Georgie and I and everything that we've gone through and still dealing with would definitely help us. I hope that's on in the books and the cards. And we'll see what the future holds with that. But I definitely think that some therapy is definitely needed for sure.
Mhm, mhm. Now, when you heard that Georgie, he said that he wanted to go back to Bulgaria more. Walk me through how you were feeling. Did that come as a shock to you?
I mean, we've always talked about going together, now
Mhm,
that he's able to travel, obviously, he's got his visa, he could work, so he's been able to, help with the bills and stuff, which helps me. We always we've always talked about, doing things together, like maybe
mhm,
buying a summer place over there, like near the
mhm,
beach, and having a place for my family to come visit as well, so we can intermingle the families. I think that would be the perfect scenario. I just feel like he kept that to himself. He probably knew for a while, and I just don't think it was, you know, fair for him to kind of like exclude me when I include him in every aspect and facet of my life, from even my company House of 11, when we go on trips to travel and different things. I always include him. I always make him feel special and loved, and wanted. I felt unwanted in that moment, and it was a trigger because I've given so much to that guy, and I just want the same respect in return. So we're
No,
still dealing with those things.
yeah, no, I completely understand and empathized with you. I felt like if I'm the same way, like I always want to be included with my husband and like
Of course.
connect with him and go on trips with him. And it's like
Yeah.
I would always invite him. So I understood how you were feeling in that moment. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It makes me feel like he's hiding something. Like, is he plotting and planning like an exit at some point, stashing his money away because I didn't know what he was making with his job? and he's getting, management position. And at this point, he doesn't even have that job. So we
Yeah.
were just in Connecticut for a little while, and now he's, you know, not employed there. So, is finding other ways to do things. But it's just, I think we need some transparency in our relationship to see
Mhm.
what the future is going to look like. And, at my age, I feel like I deserve that.
Yeah.
And, to see what the future holds, I don't like to be in limbo and asking questions he doesn't like for some reason. So it's hard, it's like pulling teeth, and it's like I sometimes feel like I can't ask, so I like shy back sometimes because it turns into an argument sometimes because he doesn't like to be questioned, and it just kind of spirals back and forth between us both. So something's got to give at some point. So definitely therapy, I think, would help.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you deserve the best. I feel like you're
Thank
such a
you,
nice person and I feel like you deserve that out of a
thank
partner.
you, thank you.
On a upbeat note, are obsessed with your dad and he was in the most recent episode and so were your daughters. They love how real that your dad keeps things. What was it like
Yes.
having him be a part of the show in this episode?
Oh my God, my dad's amazing. He's like just the world to all of us. I mean, he's the patriarch of our family. We call him Mentor Mike because he totally is. He does have, wise words of wisdom. And, if he has to call us out, he'll call us out. And that's okay. We accept it. Sometimes there's hard truths we have to hear. I mean,
Mhm.
when he kind of called me a sugar mom and a Georgie, I was like, what? Wait a sec. I don't see myself like that, but I have supported him during the years when we were first together. Obviously he wasn't working, and somebody had to pay the bills. So I
Mhm.
guess in that sense, I just feel like, it's not always easy to hear, but he's right at the end of the day, and I appreciate his love, his support, and his advice always.
Yeah, parents always keep it real.
Yes.
They're not gonna sugarcoat things.
Nope.
Now you also mentioned that you might want to move back home. It seemed to shock Georgie and your family. Why was that something that you were considering?
It was in that moment. It wasn't something like I thought long and hard
Yeah,
about, like I feel like he did with the Bulgaria situation,
yeah.
about going back there to visit. It was just our lease is gonna be up. It was
Mhm.
like, literally weeks till we had to re-sign it. So, it was in the moment, like, well, I'm
Yeah.
thinking ideas. We all like to think ideas. So
Mhm.
maybe we could go back to Connecticut for a little bit and kind of organize where our life's gonna be going, financially and supportedly together. And just, it was just an option that I threw out there in the moment,
Mhm.
crossed my mind here and there. But, I knew my dad probably was gonna give that answer, but it's okay. That home is like a safe haven for us. It's not for us to live full time. It's a place for us just to go and visit the kids when we want.
Mhm.
It's always, going to be our home. Obviously, it doesn't need to be a full time home with me and my husband, and because Stacy's going to want to do the same thing. And I don't think my dad wants all that chaos between all of
Yeah.
us in the house. So, I understand that. And, we deserve to have our own places. And we love traveling, absolutely traveling. And actually, our lease is up very soon, and Stacy's as well. And I think we're maybe just gonna put stuff in storage at dad's house and maybe travel the world a little bit, different places every couple months. Maybe I think Dubai's our
Oh
next
my
trip.
gosh. That would be
Yep.
iconic. I
Yep.
feel like all of you living in one house, that could be like a show. Just like
Yeah.
you, Stacy, the
Totally.
husband, your daughter, your dad. That would be
Yes.
so fun to see. Speaking of your daughters, how are they doing? They're like so grown up. I feel like I
Yeah.
watched them grow up on the show.
Oh my gosh, they're my little icons. I love them. They're so amazing. They're in college. Anika lives in New York City now.
Mhm.
Aspen's in Connecticut. They're studying marketing. They have amazing heads on their shoulders. They're just so lovable and so sweet. And I just can't wait to see them again. They're amazing.
I love your bond with your daughters. It's so
Thank
special.
you.
I also want to quickly talk about your fashion because I'm always hyping you up on all of the recaps I do of 90 Day Fiancé. I'm like,
Oh,
Darcy always serves. She always serves. I know it's been a bit of a hot topic this season with Georgie, but I'm a big
yes.
fan.
Thank
I
you.
want to know what are some trends that you're currently loving for fall?
Absolutely. I'm a fashionista at heart. Fashion is my passion, as
Mhm.
always. I think the hottest trends right now is a good blazer. I feel like that, that quiet luxury, maybe even
Mhm.
an oversized blazer. You put it over a cat suit, or you put it, with a nice blouse with some nice suede boots for the fall. I think that's great. A nice trench coat is trending right now. Kitten heels are really cool to wear with some cute leggings and, very neutral colors, brown, kind of like what I'm wearing
Mhm.
today. Anything with layers. I love lots of layers, like I did in Bulgaria. And I felt like I was dressed appropriate. It was cold anyway. I just like lots of layers. I like to feel snatched underneath, and then I like to layer up, and I love my accessories. A nice bag, a nice hat for the fall is really cute, and some nice cool sunglasses, that sporty couture,
Yeah.
elevated chic look.
Yes,
Mhm.
I loved your looks in Bulgaria. I like
Thanks.
was like watching and I was like, I get what you're trying to do, like the cover
Yeah.
up. Like I
Yeah.
felt like it was respectful. I thought it was fun.
Yeah.
Um
I know.
and like
Thank you.
you're always gonna serve. So it's not like you can just like wear something like so
Yeah.
baggy or something. So I
No, and it actually the outfit I wore for the family meeting, when we met the mom and dad for the first time, it was a tuxedo suit. It came with
Mhm.
shorts and a long jacket, which the jacket covered it, but I'd had the, fashion faux pas, the button broke, but the mom was so
Yeah.
sweet. Ginko was so sweet. She sewed the button up for me and it was fine. And I had boots on, so you didn't really see much of the leg, and I had the coat over. So I mean, I wanted to look chic in Europe, so I
Yeah.
felt like I served it.
I think you did. I think you did. Well, next up, we're going to quickly react to some fun clips. I'm going to play them for you and just
Okay.
get your reactions from them in real time. So I'll set up this first one. This is from 90 Day Fiancé the other way. In this clip, Madeleine finds out that her fiance Luke had a stripper at his bachelor party. Now, just to preface this, she really did not want him to have a bachelor party or have any strippers at his party.
Mm.
She was pretty upset.
You touched her?
I didn't touch her. I mean, I didn't.
Tingnan yung suwi.
Madeline.
So, what are you thinking? I feel like she was feeling very emotional in that moment.
Yes, absolutely. That was a definite shocking moment. I think Madeline and Luke obviously have a lot of, passion for each other, and
Mhm.
it's a lot of disconnect at the same time. I
Yeah.
think, he was not trying to disrespect her. I think he was just trying to have probably a good time, and she just took that to heart. I understand, no woman wants to see their man like at a strip club and all that stuff, but I think throwing something like that in someone's
Mhm.
face is unacceptable. I think it
Yeah.
shouldn't go that far. I think there needs to be apologies on both ends.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like throwing something is never the answer.
yeah.
Do you have any advice that you would give Luke or Madeline going forward?
Just communicate better, have that transparency. That helps a lot, because
Mhm.
if there's misunderstanding, it gets lost in translation. And I know she didn't want him to go, but he went. So, there's a lack of respect there, I think, for each other
Yeah.
in the moment. So I think they just need to learn to communicate and just breathe. I don't think she should have gone that far to throw anything. She should have just taken a pause and just, walked away,
Yeah. Yeah.
walked away.
Walking
Hmm.
away is always, I feel like when you're feeling a lot of emotions, I feel like
Yes,
it's personally the best way to maybe
right.
process those feelings is to take a moment
Absolutely.
and just,
Yes.
yeah, take a moment.
Silence sometimes is the best for that,
Yeah.
not to go, all
Yeah.
out there like that. So, yeah,
Yeah.
but I wish him the best.
Yeah. Hopefully they're able to work something out in the
Yeah,
future.
right.
And I have a fun clip to show you.
Okay.
So this is from 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After. In this, Yara is telling Lauren and Elizabeth that she thinks shopping is one of her favorite things.
I am very bad with money. I know that. But that's my happiness.
Yeah.
I'm so happy when I spend.
There were like studies shown that shopping sprees like endorphins. It brings
Oh,
out
yeah,
endorphins.
100%.
It's like
Retail
totally
therapy.
yes, it's a very real thing.
Yeah, I think it's better than sex.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I agree.
Like, so you said, if you buy a Rolex or have sex, what will be better feeling?
A Rolex,
Yeah.
probably.
That's what I
Because
say.
it lasts longer.
That's what I say.
Okay, I love shopping, so I totally relate to her in that moment.
Absolutely. Team Yara all the way. I get it. Shopping is my passion too. I love it. I think it's just a part of me and what I love to do as well. Treating myself. It feels good. And you know what? Gotta love that rolly.
You know, I love it. Yara is a girl after my own heart. I'm like, when I saw that, I was like, this is probably one of the most relatable scenes in 90 Day Fiancé I've seen so far.
Absolutely. I loved it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Darcy, for taking the time to break down some of the top reality TV moments from the 90 Day Fiancé franchise this week. And I'm wishing you the best, and I'm wishing you and Georgie the best in your future together. And thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you so much for having me. I love you guys, and I'll see you soon.